Hey everybody, how's it going? It's time for Tuesday, March 4th podcast. I can't say after Bill Burr's because I don't even know if he posted it yet. So today's is going to be all me. We don't have any comments on Bill because his Monday was late. So in that case, let's just jump right into it. I guess let's talk about some dumb shit that I got going on this week and things that I've seen in life. I want to ask everybody out there, you got that person in your life or that coworker or employee, friend, whatever, that starts a conversation in the middle of the conversation? Anybody have that? I'm pretty sure it's common, but how do you feel? Like, I want to know how people feel about that, because there's this lady at work, and I'll tell you what, I'm not saying she means like wrong or harm or anything, but I walk in today, first thing, starts going off about our manager, like, oh, he's a piece of shit, did this and that, blah, 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 doesn't listen, whatever excuse, and I'm the only one that can hear her, because, the machines are running and everything, so I'm like, I don't want to get dragged into this shit, so I'm just nodding, and, it's like, those people that keep talking, and next thing you know, you're nodding, and oh, yeah, cool, it's like, I'm not going to sit here and bash. I've learned that lesson too many times from old jobs. I fucking let somebody bash the boss. I agree with one thing, something happens, and it comes back that I was a part of the group that bashed, or whatever the fuck, and, I've lost a job that way. I've also lost them. Yeah, funny, actually, there was like a trigger memory. UPS was pulling up to our warehouse, and they did like the two honks, and that triggered a memory back to the pre-COVID times when one of my jobs, I was at a dental office, but it was through a temp agency, so I was like in the back warehouse, sorting shit and whatnot, and the boss, it was like a couple weeks in, the boss comes up to me and she says, hey, you're taking lunch at the wrong time, you're supposed to take it at this time. And, I said, oh, I'm so sorry. Nobody had told me that it was, a mandatory scheduled time. And from what I saw, people took lunch at different times, so I didn't know, I thought it was just kind of like you got around this area, like 11 to 12, say. I don't remember the exact circumstances, but what I do remember, and it's funny, is I got reprimanded. It was like, come to the office, and came to the office, and it was like, hey, you can't take your lunches at this time, you got to take them at this time, etc., yada yada. I of course, I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't realize, it's my fault. I'll go ahead from here on out, lunch is exactly when you say it is, that's it. End of discussion. I went back to work. The temp agency calls me on my way home and says they let me go. Why don't you have the balls, lady? And this is like not even 5 now, it's like 8 years ago now, so I don't even know why I'm ranting on it at this point, but the lady at work reminded me of it, and going into what I'm about to say with her reminded me of it. But why didn't this boss, first of all, I'm a temp, so you could call them either way and tell them that you didn't want me, but why not just fucking tell me, hey, you fucked up, you're a temp, we're not even gonna risk it, we're just gonna let you go. Why? You let me finish the shift. I guess I should be thankful for the fucking, 3 to 4 more hours, if you put lunch in the middle. I guess I should be thankful for that. But at the same time, it's like, man, if I'm not fucking wanted here, let my ass go so I can go find a place that I'm fucking wanted, or at least, that, it's gonna accept, a human error for a human error, and at least let me, if it'd be different if it was like, oh, you fucked up, $20,000 in orders or something, but I took lunch at a different time, and like I said, everybody was doing it, so I didn't know what time it was. Nobody ever cleared that up. Temp agency didn't clear shit up. But no, so this lady, yeah, she's talking about the manager, I'm nodding and whatnot, and we're working next to each other today, so, it's a whole day thing, not the manager part, but we're quiet and sitting there after, a little while, and she just looks at me and says, man, I'm so mad at my sister because she's having pancakes. That's all she says. What the fuck am I supposed to do with that? Where am I supposed to go with that? Oh, I'm sorry. Fuck your sister. She shouldn't be eating pancakes. I don't know what her problem is. How dare her eat pancakes? Well, I'm not going to say all that shit. I don't know where the fuck you're going with this. So what am I supposed to say? So I just look at her, I just wait for the rest of the story. And then she's mad her sister drove up 5 hours to their favorite breakfast place to get pancakes. And I guess, she's spending the day. I guess when they go, they spend the day there or something. But the point is, it's Monday. We work Monday through Friday. I don't know what your sister works. But either way, are you really that mad over fucking pancakes? Like, did she send you your favorite picture of, like, your favorite order? And she's, like, rubbing it in as you're sitting at work? I mean, is she talking shit? And she, like, oh, I know you can't afford to drive here and get these delicious, fluffy eggs and bread and whatever the fuck, butter and just, like... Some conversation, work conversation is great. It's awesome to talk and to be able to get, the hours gone faster by, keeping your mind busy, without just the job part, but, keeping your mind busy by talking to somebody. But how do you talk to somebody when they either are just complaining about the job or they're bitching about pancakes? I mean, there's people, like right now we got, a division of Europe, or not division, but like, you got the war in Europe, you got, people hungry and needing housing and all kinds of, shit here in the country. Then you got, Bill, he's got all his controversies of calling people names and talking about, references to World War II era, leaders of bad kind of people and stuff, which, I'm not picking sides on that. All I know is the last time we gave land to a leader so he wouldn't keep a war going, World War II started a year later, and you all know who that leader is. It's in the history books. We don't need to, I don't need to go into it. World War II is very well known. Hitler went into Czechoslovakia, wanted southern Germany back. Europe said, fine, we'll give it to you so there's no bigger war. What happened? We had a bigger war. I'm not saying which side we should take. I'm not saying don't support or do support. I'm not saying anything about, who should be thankful to who or any of that crap. But what I will say is, if history repeats itself, keep a close eye on what's fucking happening. Because I'll tell you, if they get a little bit of land out of this, and then World War III ends up happening, I'm calling it right now if that happens. I'm calling it right now. I'm putting my money on it. I'm fucking all in. Sold. Take me to the house. Fucking dying on that hill. If for any reason they, concede land for peace, which is looking more and more likely now that, all the drama. But you give up land for peace, even a small amount, and if, I don't think he's the same, necessarily as far as like, the mass, the Holocaust stuff. Like, I don't know about that, but yeah, I think history repeats itself, and I think we're watching it literally almost 100 years later, roughly 90 something years later, or almost 90 years later, we're watching this like damn near same scenario unfold. Just this guy's got, he's a little older, doesn't have the mustache, and not quite the screaming, yelling, arm waving guy, but yeah. So I don't know how to fucking, we can talk at work, you bring up sports. Oh yeah, you see how the Red Wings are doing, or how the Tampa Bay Lightning, or did you see the basketball game, spring training and baseball, it's easier to, and even with a woman, if she's not into sports, and I'm not saying that women aren't, I'm not, we're all equal here, but what I'm saying is, even on a conversation that's like, sexual division, like say she could talk to me about makeup, and at least I could go to Walmart and say, oh, that's what she was talking about. She was talking about, this mascara, or, how she poked herself in the eye on accident with her eyeliner, or I don't fucking know, but when you mention a pancake restaurant 5 hours north of here, and I just moved here from Florida, I don't fucking know what you're talking about. So how am I supposed to respond? And then I feel like an asshole because I just like I said, it's like smile and wave. If you've seen the Madagascar cartoon movies, the penguins, smile and wave, boys, smile and wave. That's where I'm at because I don't know how to respond. What the hell do I say back to, the pancake story? When I don't even know who her sister is, I barely know this lady herself. I sure as hell haven't had 5 hours away pancakes, whatever the hell that is. So yeah. And, on top of that, we got other cultural things that are different here. Like, I was watching the news, okay, and I'm talking local news here. I'm not talking like CNN or Fox, of the country, the U.S. Fox News or any of those major outlets that go the whole country. I'm talking like Detroit, Wayne or the metro area, whatever, whatever counties, the local Channel 8 fucking, lady lives downtown, news anchor dude lives uptown, this channel kind of deal. Or where, I don't know where they fucking live. I'm just throwing, that's the example. But it's a local news channel. And they're doing a giveaway. And, they've done like with the Lions and the football season, they gave away like shirts and hats and stuff. Like they give you a trivia. What was the highest recorded or coldest recorded temperature for that day, or most amount of rain or snow, something news related trivia. And so, usually the prizes, like I said, they were, local related, Michigan stuff, University of Michigan, Detroit Lions, Tigers and Bears, all that shit. But this time it says the winner will get 100 units of Botox. And I've already seen a billboard when I drove into the state that said, syphilis is not a guest you want to bring it with you. So I'm fucking dying laughing because, like I said, I'm getting the ignorant, Florida Southern boy shit. And here we got a billboard talking about STDs. And then we got a fucking, the news is giving away Botox. So if you get the question right, if you're, anywhere in Southeast Michigan, and you get that question right on the news, congratulations on your Botox supply. Another top local news, a Cinnabon opened. That's how small towny this place is. Where I'm from in, Tampa Bay area, you can get everything everywhere just about any time. Well, not since COVID. All the 24-hour stuff stopped. But, yeah, I mean, Cinnabon, that's not like a rare thing. But, here, people for like the last week, it's all I've been hearing is Cinnabon this and Cinnabon that. There's nothing else really around here. There's a couple a couple food places, a pizza place. I've mentioned the liquor store and the CVS, and, you got it's like one little main street, and that's it. But, yeah, Cinnabon being all the rage, that's fucking hilarious. I love it. And I love Cinnabon. I mean, I'm hats off to them for coming out here and following my fat ass, because I'll eat it. But, yeah, that's the local news, I guess you could say. I heard something on the radio, they talking about, gambling hotlines, the ones you call if you have a gambling problem. They said they'd be a lot more successful if they had random winners. And can you imagine? You call up because your problem is you want to stop gambling. You want to stop, betting money on whatever, poker, blackjack, horse racing, whatever your pick. But the point is you want to stop. And so you call this number. And then you end up winning something, like you win money or something, but you still get, as far as I know, I worked at a casino in Florida for a year. And as far as I know, when you put yourself on that list, whatever time period you agree to, you're fucked. It's like jail, like there's no parole. So if you put, keep me out of here for 5 years, they won't let you in that casino or in that, branded casinos for that 5 years from that day. You put life, you're never allowed back. It's your choice. You pick it. So it'd be crazy. Can you imagine calling that line and finding out you won? And they say it'd be more successful. But I guess it would be because you couldn't go back. Well, I guess you go to another casino. But no, that's hilarious. So I guess my point is the shit you hear, man, makes you wonder what's going on in the world, Makes you wonder. Oh, man. Let's see. So, yeah, Bill, you screwed me again on being late. You're probably running your play. You're probably on stage right now dancing around in Robin Hood tights, playing that guy from the Dinglebergs or Dingleberries or whatever whatever the play's called. It's about the guys selling real estate or whatever, but yeah, I looked into it. I just didn't look enough to remember the name from last week when I mentioned it, or a week ago. And Bill, you're not working with me, not giving me shit to work on here. But I do have an advertisement for you this week. I thought of a pretty good one. Women, they have Victoria's Secret, and you go in there and they got all kinds of, comfortable and attractive, or I wouldn't say expensive, but not cheap. They got clothing for women. Let's just say that. Well, now we're going to do Victor's Secret. Victor's Secret, yeah. You go in there and you can get push-up boxers, push-up briefs. You tired? Are you a shower, but your shower's just hanging there flopping around, and you want to show off all the time? Well, now you got your push-up boxers and your push-up boxer briefs, etc. for men at Victor's Secret. And the slogan, at Victor's Secret, we don't care about anything but your bust. And if that's not the most mannish fucking, chauvinistic or however you want to look at it thing to say, at Victor's Secret, all we care about is the bust. We don't care how you get there, how you measure it, what you do. We just want the bust. And ladies are going to hate that because that's probably most men's truth. And I'm not saying it's me. I'm just going with, I'm just advertising for Victor here. Victor. Instead of Victoria. But, no, on that note, yeah, that was a quick throw in. I don't have anything else to say, really. But, yeah, people are weird. Things are crazy. I guess this is kind of a good thing for me, because now I get to write down notes not only on today's podcast, but hopefully Thursdays too. And hopefully Friday I'll have, if I can have enough dumb shit happen like the pancakes and the fucking stupid billboards and shit like that. If I can have enough dumb shit happen. Oh, another thing. I got I got the house to myself for a week. My landlord went out of town. He's like his roommate, landlord, whatever you want to call it. But he went out of town for the week, and it's like half of me, so I got the two shoulders, the angel and the devil, and half of me's like, yeah, man, you got the house all to yourself for the week. And then the other half is like, fuck, you're all alone for a week. Because I don't know anybody here. That's the only person I knew. And the people I know are through him. So, I guess, I don't know if I'm going to be spending this week exploring the area. Put some gas in the car and go driving around, or if I'm going to be at home just doing like Bill and making mayonnaise. I wonder how many jars of mayo he's got now sitting in New York. But yeah, that's it for me for Tuesday. Like I said, I don't even know if I haven't looked. The way I do it is I make my notes, take my notes, write my funny content that, I think is funny. And, I base it off that. And usually it's all free balling. It's all just off the top here. I mean, it's notes, but it's I don't script anything. It's you guys all hear me, fuck up a word or whatever. So it's always all gonna be free balling. But no, the point is, hopefully, I'm hoping I'll get both of his podcasts in. I can exclusively riff on him on Friday, which I'm already gonna dog him now. Mr. fucking too good to put your Monday morning on Monday morning. And Monday afternoon, I got off work at 5 and I checked and still wasn't there. And I'm not going to stay up all night, I got shit to do, man, You're not the only important guy out here. There's like 8 billion of us out here that, we all are just as important in our own heads. So, on that note, if he can squeeze in both, I can put Fridays exclusively to that and maybe start saving up some of my own shit so I can actually refine it and make a couple jokes out of it, like the pancake lady. That'd have been a great, that'd have been a great foundation for a joke, is fucking having to listen to someone bitch about pancakes that are cooked 5 hours away from where you live. And you've never heard of this story there's so many great foundations for jokes or for laughs, and it just doesn't fucking materialize because of either time or I'm trying to fucking wait and respond to Bill, because that's what the podcast is about. It's the Tuesday after Monday morning podcast. This is the reaction to Bill. So how do I react to nothing? I'm gonna sit here and we're gonna have a moment of silence. And that's my reaction to Bill's Monday morning podcast, because I don't know what the fuck he's going to say when I listen to it. I haven't listened to it yet. Like I said, I don't even know if it's up. But on that note, I did my Victor's Secret. Like I said, go ahead and buy your push-up boxers now. Get that shower to be a shower for real and see what happens. Don't go out in public with it, please. That's... I think that's indecency. So hopefully you're smart enough to keep your lingerie at home. I mean, you don't see women going out. Well, not many women, at least, in the world. But, on average, you don't see women walking around in Victoria's Secret underwear. So don't walk around in yours. And, the golden rule. It's yabba dabba do unto others what you'd Scooby-Dooby like done to you. And on that note, everybody go fuck yourselves. Bill, go fuck yourself twice in a dirty sauna for not posting your shit on time, you son of a bitch, you fucking cunt. And everybody have a safe, happy, healthy week. We'll catch you in on Friday. Hopefully Bill's got off his ass, because he's so fucking lazy doing all these shows and concerts and plays and shit, fucking lazy ass doing all this shit. And I'll catch in with you Friday, fuckers.